just like that, it's Sunday. Hi, everybody. I have to apologize for my voice. It's that time of year where it's 76 degrees in my studio and 96 degrees outside. So that going in out of the heat and air conditioning, unfortunately, makes me sound like a smooth jazz musician on on 101 Smooth Jazz, I think is the station that happens.
So
once
it's just
a year.
what it's been like us for the last month, right? Right, Kurt?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have the crud. I refuse to have the crud. I turned 54 this week, and I don't want to have the crud.
I mean, that would require you guys to have water, so yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 90s in the daytime, and yeah,
sounds about right.
But
like typical desert weather where we live, it's like in the mid 60s and low 60s at night. So it's like that extreme that we get constantly of being 95 during the day, 65 at night, 95 during the day, 65 at night. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But hey, You know what? It is Southern California, the sunshiniest place in the world.
I miss California. Wasn't for this
I can just see the longing on your face, Al. It's just like,
oh. They didn't warn me. Nobody told me.
What? Come on. I'm pretty sure you got plenty of advance notice from me and Eric.
We kind of did, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't heed your warning. I'm sorry.
It's like, man,
no.
You came here. If you didn't have allergies before you came here, you
do now.
It's fine. Yeah.
So where we last left off, an interesting crossroad of events. Not only did the Speak with Dead spell that was used to make some discoveries on those that were brought back from the incident with the Ivory Syndicate, and we learn now that we have a new possible character involved in all of this, and he goes by the name of Father Atrium. It would seem that Father Atrium could be complicit in some of these activities, and we even get a little affirmation of this because after they're done speaking with all the dead people, they get an interesting visitor. Kaelor Blackhand, the leader of the Ivory Syndicate, pays the team a visit. Asks the team to potentially join by using their shop, the Prancing Centaur, as a means of fencing things that he might bring them. Also, the team gathered for the great Jaman Sa'ord announcement of the unification of Marquet and the beginning unification of Jrusar, the Odorlin Wilds, and Ankarel. As the city was gathered for this great event, it was almost like a carnival-like event at the time. Something plummeted from the sky, destroying the entire building of the Chandei Quorum and creating the beginnings of a disaster. 2 mechanical creatures came out of the Great Crater and began to randomly attack anything nearby, creating damage, killing many of the civilians that had been there. And according, by the end of the combat, as the team began to kind of gather and help those victims escape the fire and bring people, hopefully, to the aid of the Wardens, it was soon known that Jaman Sa'ord could not be found, that maybe her very existence had been turned to ash by the explosion, as many of the council members could not be found. However, somebody caught a glimpse of Lord Callion being attended to by Father Atrium at some point. It appears that Lord Callion may be the only surviving council member, from what we can tell so far. As the Wardens attempted to cordon off the Chandei Quorum area in the core spire, Forn would not relent. He openly stole the remaining vehicle of one of the cylinder vehicles that was involved in the attack.
That was an honest claim.
Salvage.
We killed it.
We killed it. The Jrusar courts will argue that point until Exandria is no more. However, Thorn was able to escape with the vehicle off the edge of the core spire and successfully hit it down in the ruins of the. Why can I never remember what were those ruins called again?
Station. The shoot, crap! Every time. Hang on.
Right?
It's the station. The shoot.
And we've only been there like a million times.
Isn't it called like High Point Station or
Yeah.
something?
Yes.
Yeah, the High Point Station ruins, I believe.
Yep.
Which is basically the ruins of the original High Point Station before the new one was built at the base of the tree. But they had successfully, and who met you down there, Forn? Somebody met you down there. I think.
Jalbatross came down with the skiff to take some
That's
parts
right.
back up. Yep.
Yep. And Melody and Eritrea, where did you two end up heading off to?
Where did we head off to?
I think because I just watched the video. I think
Yeah.
that we got invisible and then we got on the gondolas heading back down towards.
That's right. You're heading back towards the Prancing
Yeah,
Centaur.
towards the Senate.
Yeah. And Karina, do you remember where you were heading off to?
Yeah.
Heading off. I remember where she was stuck.
She was trapped.
She doesn't remember. I found the secret room in the archives that had
Yeah.
the book. Unfortunately, the guards came in, saw it was open, are now on their way to get Kalyan.
And they had resealed the room too, shutting the door on you as you were
Suddenly
plunged into darkness. I actually did remember. I just like to quiz the players just to see if they can remember.
Oh, giving me false hope is cool.
Just because I turned 54 does not mean my early onset has arrived yet.
Well, happy belated
Yes,
storyteller.
happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a weird week, man. I don't know what's scarier, turning 50 or turning 55. Turning 50 felt very culturally changing, you know? But everything in our society is geared to kind of gaslight 55-year-olds, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Now that you're 55, you better be doing this. Now that you're 55, you should probably be doing this. And, you know, I could just see all the advertisements now popping up in my email. You know, once I hit 55, you know, my AARP subscription will be arriving, you know, and it's just like, is AARP still a thing?
Yeah.
Hey,
No, my dad and I have the
first
same
off,
name.
For starters, you don't actually have to be 55 to join AARP. My sibling and sister-in-law literally have it, and sister-in-law is about to turn 30. Second off, I'd sympathize, but remember, like, not you guys, but our parents, we're perpetually 20. All the millennials here, like, I'm pushing 40, I think Ford is, and it's like, no, you are perpetually a child.
No, my dad and I have the same name. I've been getting AARP in the mail for years.
Melody and Eritrea, you step off the gondola down at the Fate Walk Bridge. You quickly make your way through the now deserted streets of the Fate Walk Bridge, which is interesting. At this time of night, normally, it would be quite crowded with people, but there's no one out, no one about. The majority of the people that would normally be out would have been up at the Chandei Quorum at the time. So you guys have a pretty easy journey back to the Prancing Centaur. You slip in through the front door. The two of you are now back inside. Binder has shut down for the evening. The shop is closed. No sense of anyone else around currently. No sense of Karina, Forn, or Professor Jabaltros nearby. Just the two of you.
What the hell was that? Like, was that Crimp?
He has to have something done with this, but I'm flabbergasted right now, quite frankly. Do we need to go find Forn? I feel like he's gonna have a series of people chasing after him.
I feel like he has it under control. Have we gotten any message from Foreign that would tell us where he went, or is he just sort of down at High Point Station now? And
I mean, I would say the only thing you saw happen was that he stole one of the automatons, the constructs, and headed over the edge of the core spire and disappeared. That's kind of like the last time you saw him.
I mean, I did
mention when I got down the bottom, I used my token and was like messaging everybody, like,
Correct.
hey,
Yep.
I'm here at the station. I'm down at the station, and I said somebody bring the skiff, and that was where Jalbatros brought the skiff down.
Correct.
okay.
That's what it was. Yes.
Someone planned this, and it's hard to believe that this was the end of their plan, right? Like, something else is going to happen.
Well, I don't think the plan went as they hoped it would. So they might be on their heels a little bit, because I'm sure they did not expect these constructs to be destroyed or stolen, at the very least. It does seem to bear the markings of Crib, in the sense of some, building something like this.
Foreign, as you and Professor Jalbatros finish rigging the construct to the underside of the skiff, as it is too large to sit on the flat portion of the deck of the skiff. The only way to move it is to carry it underneath as if the skiff was some kind of crane or something. The construct is, 12 feet tall, 6 feet across. Its spindly legs and arms kind of dangle, and you've been able to at least get the piloting seat understood and semi-functioning, but the construct itself has suffered too much damage to use, so you take the time to remove the piloting ability of the construct. Mm-hmm. The question is, you have the internal workings of the piloting seat and the ability to operate it when you choose to, once you can figure out how to fix it. But where would you and the professor like to hide this thing?
My intention was to break it down as many pieces as I could to get them actually stored away.
That'll take you all night.
Yeah.
That would take you all night to do it.
Yep.
And you would sacrifice a long rest, and therefore would become exhausted.
Yep, I was taking the point of exhaustion. Yeah,
that's right. Okay.
Yep.
Just wanted to rehash that out.
Yep.
Make sure.
And it was just to get all the pieces.
And
off.
Professor Jalbatros, for him to successfully do this overnight with your help, you two, unfortunately, would take a point of exhaustion, as well as the two of you would work through the night.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Karina, it is dark, cramped. Your eyes adjust as best they can. And
I believe I'm also in a stone, meld into stone form.
Yep.
Okay.
But you still have visuals. You still have optics. You're still able to see. It's just not very well because of how dark it is.
Okay. Fun question that will determine a lot of what's going to happen in the next few minutes.
Okay.
Was I able to take a short rest since it's been a couple of hours?
Yeah, I would say you could definitely accomplish a short rest if you needed to.
Okay, so now I have spell slots. So
why do I feel like I just armed the bad guy?
So now I can do some shenanigans.
Right? What have I done?
When I was looking at the spells attached to that book, did it seem like they were like specifically the petrification spell? Did it seem like it would affect the entire room, or only anyone that was like in the vicinity of the book?
I mean, the book felt more like an heirloom or maybe a personal object of whoever was one of the original founders of the Chandei Quorum.
I think she meant the wards.
Oh, the wards.
Wards, yeah.
The wards protecting the book, they felt very powerful and designed specifically to do harm and then cause you to be frozen in place in that location for recovery.
Good. Okay, I'm gonna summon my my friend the Raven,
Okay.
and I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna impart with him the plan, which is I'm still in my pixie form. I would like to cast invisibility on myself, and then leave the room. I would ask my Raven to kind of stay hidden and close to the book. And when Lord Callian and the guards come close, I would like for him to grab the book and get it to them as soon as possible in hopes that the thunderbolt, fireball, and petrification would hit them. And then I would be able to come down and grab the stuff.
Interesting.
And I would, in my invisibility spell, meanwhile be upstairs. I'll just like fly up and then fly down. And we do have psychic connection, so he would be able to inform me up until the moment he gets blasted.
The challenge you have is the restrictive nature of the entrance and exit. The ladder down into the chamber is maybe 3-4 feet across in circumference. So only one person could come down at a time and one person go up at a time. If you were to force your way through and up to try to make your way out during the diversion, it would be the equivalent of almost like a grapple contest where you're kind of shoving and moving people aside in order to get out and not be seen, obviously. The challenge you have, if you go that route, your invisibility will reveal you if you actively cast a spell or attack someone. So we're not going to treat it as an attack. We're just going to treat it as a challenge for you to actually get out of the space once the diversion kicks off.
Would it make more sense for me to be melded into stone or in a tiny hut and wait out the effects of the ward, or would the ward affect me as a stone or or in my hut?
You get the feeling based on the... Well, give me an Arcana check once again as you start to contemplate these wards, these protections.
That is a 15.
15. Wards like this are typically designed to be repetitive cycles. They're powerful enough that you get the feeling that once they go off, it's probably about a minute until they reset.
I see.
Unless dispelled or deactivated by someone who would know how to dispel or deactivate them.
I do have... Do I have Dispel? No, I have Counterspell. So... I guess getting out is a little safer, or I could just wait. No, if I wait too long, somebody else might come in. I'll just try and get out, and I'll hope that I roll well. Does the Twilight Flicker ring rejuvenate after a short spell, or only after a short rest, or only after long rests?
I believe the Twilight Flicker ring is a long rest recharge.
That's a shame. Well, time to do something stupid, I guess. Let's hope for the best. So yes,
this is my favorite Corinna plan. I just want to put this on the record. This is my favorite. I am rooting for you actively right now.
Thank you. I think I need all the help I can get.
This is like Foreign stealing the thing. This is a great plan. I think it's awesome.
If the dice will roll in our favor, Lord Callian will be dead, and we'll have something valuable of his. So I'm really hoping for this.
He could have already been dead.
I'm not going to live that down until he's actually dead.
With your plan, you summon evil, Oh, hey, mistress, good to see you. Oh, where are we? It's dark down here. What are we doing down here?
I psychically and silently inform him of the plan.
Oh, awesome. I get to finally destroy myself helping you. That's pretty cool. Oh, my. It's not something that I definitely want to long for, but, it's every familiar has an opportunity to do good for their master. It's nice. It's very nice. Thank you for allowing me to disintegrate for you. Thank you very much.
You will if this works out, you will be rewarded handsomely.
So, if I got this right, we're waiting for him to come down the ladder, and on his way down, you sneak out, and then I pull the book off the pedestal, and when I do that, it should set off everything and blow everything up, right?
Yes, just try to make sure to wait until he's close enough that he has less of a chance to escape it. And
Well, I mean, it's a very small
Yeah.
chamber. I don't think he could get away from it. I mean, pretty sure this is going to kill him. And you know what? All your friends are going to be like, oh my God, Karina is the best warlock ever. She is amazing. You're going to get so many kudos for doing this, Karina.
you're so right.
I know, right? Okay, here I go.
Okay,
Oh,
and
wait,
I'm in
we
my-
were supposed to wait, right? We still got to wait for him to arrive.
yes, we need to wait.
He
for
was
them.
like almost about to pull the book off with his beak. Just when he said that. Yeah.
Karina
Oh,
was
yeah,
too
that's right.
distracted by the yay, Karina.
Yeah, and he goes and finds a purchase on a little rock in the darkness and just sits there patiently waiting. How are you waiting? Are you
So I'm invisible and I'm also in my pixie form, which does make me smaller.
okay?
And
That's true.
I'm also gonna do let me see. If I do also I do have remove curse. Would remove curse help with this at all, or is that something entirely different?
No, remove curse is usually something you would use to physically remove a curse from somebody who's under that effect.
That makes sense. And I also have hold person if that's at all relevant, or if anybody has any ideas of how I might use that. I have wrist pockets, and I guess alarm, just to like make sure I'm really fast about it. I can try and set a quick like mental alarm on the door upstairs, so the moment they open it, I'll immediately know. So I'll be able to move a little bit faster, maybe.
Okay.
So yeah,
So
I
as
think
you string a little silver thread across the doorway entry of the trapdoor, so that if someone were to come through, it'll mentally you will get that magical kind of invocation of an alarm sound in your mind. Other than that, it's a waiting game. So you may want to hold off on invisibility, like maybe just be your pixie form for now in the dark, and then as soon as the trapdoor opens, you may want to then use invisibility, because invisibility for you only lasts an hour.
that's true. That's a good idea. So that's
Okay.
that's what I'll do, and I'll just
Okay.
really focus on what I'm doing in hopes that it will give me any kind of advantage.
Back at the Prancing Centaur, Melody, it's getting late. No sign of Karina. You imagine that Thorn and Professor Jalbatross are working through the night to deal with whatever they're dealing with down in the High Point Station ruins. But the two of you are upstairs in the veranda, second story portion of the Prancing Centaur. And once again, you can see a lot of activity still going on up on top of the core spire, and you can see many gondolas coming and going, kind of letting people off on the different stations of the different spires. But the mood seems a bit grim, seems a bit overshadowed by what was feeling like a carnival atmosphere and is now feeling less of a carnival atmosphere.
Bummer. Is there you said it was really quiet on the street when we came down. Do we see anyone on the street now, or is it like everyone is hiding essentially?
As the two of you come to the veranda, you see somebody walking very cautiously, looking over their shoulder, wearing a cloak of Bahamut, her hair and her silhouette familiar to you. And you recognize Elith coming towards the front of the prancing centaur. And the two of you hear down below a subtle knock. A knock down below.
Oh, it's Elith. I'll run downstairs and pull her in.
Yeah, you open the door and yank her inside, closing the door, and she's out of breath, and her face is streaked with tears. She is just beyond consolation. She is having a hard time talking. You know those toddler tears that you see 2-year-olds get, just giant crocodile tears, and she is just inconsolable. She is so upset, weeping, and she just lets herself fall into your arms.
Oh my god, what's going on? What happened? Were you there when the attack happened?
I took your advice. She looks up to see Eritrea kind of, coming down from the stairs. I took both your advice. I started thinking very differently about what was going on here. Father Atrium responded to the catastrophe up at the Chandei Quorum, and I don't know why. I don't know why I felt compelled. I just knew this might be a chance, my one opportunity, and I snuck into his office. I snuck into his quarters. There's something wrong about this man, Melody. I don't know what it is, but there's something off about him.
What did you find?
I am hoping you can tell me if what I saw was what I saw. I don't know much about some things, but I do know much about the things that they taught us back in Vasselheim about what to look for and what to keep an eye out for. I snuck into his quarters. It's surprisingly a very simple office. Nothing of high station, which seemed a little bit weird as well. But here's the thing, Melody. I checked his drawers, I checked the cabinets, I checked the place. It's not lived in. There's no sense that anyone's been using it, yet every evening he claims to retire there for the evening. His bed is never slept in. There are no linens, there are no clothes, there's nothing. It's almost as if the place is a charade, a place to make people believe that he's there. And the only thing that was there was a single painting of a dedication to the Platinum Dragon on the back wall. And I was like, this is strange. So I cautiously snuck over to that painting. And it was rather large. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get it down. It's, 4 foot tall, 4 foot across. I pulled the painting off the wall, and there was a small door hidden behind the painting, but it was what was scribed on the door that sent chills up my spine. There was infernal writing on the door, Melody. I fortunately can speak infernal because I learned much about demonology and how the 9 hells work and all of that stuff. And it says, when you enter this space, you are mine forever. Turning away is to turn away from yourself. I just simply didn't understand what that meant. That seemed so, I don't know, like some kind of ceremony or something, but written infernal, or some kind of warning. I don't know. I figured I'd come this far. I might as well push ahead. I invoked the Platinum Dragon, blessed myself, and, well, after that evening's walk with you, I now arm myself with something just in case. And not to say that, it was an unpleasant evening's walk with you. It was actually very pleasant. It was just the part where we were kidnapped and sold for Fae fodder. I just didn't.
Well, it was fun before that.
Yeah, lots of fun, actually. I still don't know how you drink so much, but I find it terribly. Anyways, I'm sorry. I opened the door and I walked in. It was a very large, round chamber. Hanging from the ceiling, numerous chains of various lengths and covered with what I thought was rust, only to find out it was not rust, but I think it was blood of, I don't know. In the center of the round chamber, a circle. A large circle with a pentagram in the middle of it, and a skull. All around the chamber, unlit candles, and not like the kind of candles you might find sitting on the shelf of your shop, but the kind of made of something or give off a light I suspect is not very good. And I stood there. I know a summoning circle when I see one. And I know that was a summoning circle, but I felt like it may have been more powerful. I don't think Father Atrium is who we think he is. I think he's somebody else. And I found this book. And she hands you the most strange-looking tome you've ever seen before. Like, the cover of the book is in a language that you simply do not recognize. And Elith kind of confesses she doesn't recognize the language either. Down the spine of the book is a kind of inverted gold triangle with a lightning bolt through it, and then kind of an ever-watching eye within the triangle as well. But it's metal. It feels like actual gold embedded into the spine of the book.
Mm-hmm.
More importantly, it's locked, sealed shut. Couldn't find the key, but I had to take advantage of this opportunity. I know he's going to realize the book is gone. That I can't undo that. And if I don't go back, he's probably going to know it was me that took it. But I feel like at the very least, if I leave the book with you and your friend, and then I go back, I'm sure I can make up some kind of story.
Do you know the symbol on the book? Is it familiar to you?
Not at all. This book feels old. But the book is made of things I don't recognize. The leather is of a creature I'm not familiar with. The bindings or gilded edges of the pages don't feel like paper, so I don't know what they're made of. The only thing that feels relatively normal is the gold embossing of the symbol on the spine and the gold lettering on the cover of the tome. Other than that, I don't know what this thing is. I cast Identify on it, and it resisted me completely. It would not allow itself to be identified. No sense of magic was revealed, no understanding of its origin, nothing.
The summoning circle that you saw, did it feel infernal, like the writing on the door? Or did it feel like maybe it was something else?
To be honest with you, it felt like a protection circle. I know demonology and infernal writing when I see it. And when I was reading the circle, I was expecting it to be a ceremony of summoning. But it was a ceremony of protection.
A ceremony of protection?
And
to protect what?
What I think is really strange is that what I think he does, I think he rests in the circle. And I think he's bound to the chains by flesh during his rest. It's the only explanation I could think of for the blood.
That's really gross. Are you sure?
I agree. It's very gross.
Yeah.
And I apologize, but I think I'm pretty sure about that. If there's anything, do you think it's strange that someone of my background was sent to him? Why my age? And while most of my experience in travel is limited, it would appear that my expertise has come into call here. But I know for a fact that Father Atrium specifically requested my transfer from the Silver Talon, from Vasselheim.
Do you think he requested you because you didn't have as much experience, or do you think it's something else?
I think it might be both. I'm not very experienced in the world. My naivete has proven that. But now that I think about it, from time to time, he asks me to translate some of his works for him. Some of his works are infernal, but the works that he gives me are about how bad, demons are, and why we should fear them and be protected by them, and how the Platinum Dragon overwatches us all, and this devilry and demonic energy of the world is better off with the Platinum Dragon's protection to watch over you. Sermons to convince people that the Platinum Dragon is all-powerful and all-knowing, a true creature of divinity.
I would be curious, first of all, thank you for bringing this, and we'll keep it safe. Are you sure you're safe going back? Do you think you can lie if he asks you?
Give me a persuasion check on that, if you would, please.
Okay. That's a 17.
Can I, just in case, maybe he won't come back tonight. Maybe I do have some time to think about it. Can I stay here with you tonight?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we can set up a bed for you. I've got some cookies. We can make it fun.
Oh, in a different room. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Oh.
As long as I'm here and being protected by both of you, I'm happy, of course.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, of course you can stay. And I guess I would be curious if you could find out if you know people who you think are safe. Was he always like this? Like, is this a recent change? I wonder if something happened to him, or if maybe he messed with demons or devils, and he's just sort of out of his depth, and some kind of demon has taken over.
I don't know. Hopefully when all your friends have gathered and we can talk about it, maybe we can come up with a plan, but it frightened me enough to flee the temple and brought me here. I didn't know where else to go.
You have to find a way to get inside this book.
Yeah, Melody would have passed the book to Eritrea immediately, because she's like, I'm not reading this. I don't know anything about this.
So you hand it off to Eritrea?
Yeah, I handed it off to Eritrea pretty much.
Eritrea,
right
give
away.
me a con save, if you would, please.
Oh! Oh no! You're within 10 feet of me, so you get to add +4.
Yep.
So that is
7.
6.
What? How is that? How is it?
His
Oh, wait,
con
I'm
is terrible.
I can't do math. 8. 8.
8.
Melody
Wait,
still isn't
so-
convinced.
Wait, do you have +1 to your con saves?
Yeah,
Yes.
he has terrible con.
That is
Okay.
a look that only a wife could give their husband and say, "What the fuck did you roll up?"
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you shaking me on camera?
Oh my god, the number of times Callista's done that to me. The green, this necrotic energy jolts up your hand, up your arm, down your spine, and just courses through your body with this intense lancing and necrotic energy of pain. And you scream out, and you watch as both Melody and Elif get these horrific looks on their face. It's almost as if you can see the skeletal structure of Eritrea when he touches this thing,
Ugh.
and he collapses on the ground, dead.
Dead? Elith, do something. What the hell? Do something.
She's just like, oh, and she's like so shocked by what happened. You watch, she pulls out a small diamond out of her pocket, and she grips it in her hand, places her hand on the back of Eritrea, who, by the way, there's like wisps of necrotic smoke coming off of his form. His skin is all sallowed in, almost as if he was like just desiccated immediately. And she begins to do the casting of Revivify. You watch as his skin normalizes. You watch as suddenly his chest is kind of going up and down as he's breathing again. The acrid smell of that necrotic energy dissipating off of his form. And Elith kind of backs away, watching the remains of the diamond melt into the magic as Eritrea, you are alive again with 1 hit point. The book sits on the floor.
But like, Elith was holding it, she had no problem. I was holding it, I had no problem.
Correct.
What the hell? What is this book? I'm gonna I'll kick the book. Like Melody's mad. She just kicks the book across the floor.
Your hook kicks it across the
Yeah.
floor and it like kind of slams into the nearby wall.
Okay.
Elith helps Eritrea up, and as he or as she sits him down on one of the chairs down below at the entrance of the shop, she quickly casts Cure Wounds on you, Eritrea. You get 38 hit points back.
Ooh. Melody is clopping around angrily now, like closing all the shades on the door.
Cloppy.
Like,
I love it.
People are going to think we sell coconuts before too long.
That was single-handedly the worst dad joke of the week. That was awesome.
Started off strong.
Professor Javatros and Forn, you work through the night. Just as the sun is beginning to rise off the edge of the horizon, the construct is dismantled and placed on the decking of the skiff. Each of you have a point of exhaustion. Where would you like to go next?
Oh, Professor, I really want to thank you for doing this. Here, you got a little. Like reach up and like wipe some like grease crap off the side of his beak. You got some right there. Now, I've got plans for this, right? But we think we need to get it back to the shop first. So why don't we head back up there?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I just kind of reach over and do like a very paternal, just like slap on the shoulder. It's like, should we leave the? How are you planning on hiding this? Should we take the skiff or should I fly you there?
The skiff. We'll take the skiff back up because I'd like to deposit what we can at the
I
shop.
understand. Oh, all right. Let's get it secured as much as possible and head back.
As Professor Jabatros goes over to the steering mechanism of the skiff, and the skiff begins to rise up out of the undergrowth of the canopy and then slowly move towards the top of the canopy. Professor, you see it right away and you bring the skiff to a halt. You look up to see some of the largest airships that you've ever seen, just massive airships. They bear the banner of Ank'Harel. There's at least 3 of them. You also notice that there are dozens of airskiffs swarming the perimeter of the city. As the occasional skiff or airship tries to get close enough towards this part of Jrusar, they are immediately stopped. You watch as they are boarded and searched. Some are turned away, and some are allowed into the interior of the Airy Spire to land their airship or skiff. It would appear that Jrusar is now under a blockade.
All right. I just kind of turn to Earth and like, this may not have gone as we expected. Any ideas?
Well, first, I try to push some stuff out of the way and unroll the portable hole.
Okay.
Invoke the magic real quick, and I get all the steering mechanism stuff because I think that's the more important things about this construct. I just kind of shove all that into the hole and roll it back up, so that left on the outside is like the pieces and components, arms, legs, like that kind of plating and stuff like that. Well, at least now we got the most important stuff hidden out of the way. Perhaps we should. Maybe we can talk our way through it. You know, you're a professor, right? You know, you got an excuse.
Yeah, well, we did try to assist as many people as possible with the incident. So yeah, let's just try flying up, shall we?
As you guys begin to bring the airskiff up and out of the canopy of the trees, you immediately notice that 3 skiffs descend from a circling pattern down towards you. You can see that the skiffs are loaded with dozens of wardens from the Airy Spire. They are all wearing a symbol you don't recognize. The captain of one of the skiffs yells over, "You there! Pull aside. Allow us an opportunity to inspect your vessel. We are looking for something."
I just step back from the controls and raise my hands. Just, I'm complying with your...
Yeah, you watch as the skiff kind of begins to tether itself to
I
yours.
take out the Chandei Quorum badge that I was given from Kalian. We were acting on official quorum business. Nothing crazy. Come on aboard, fella.
The captain boards the skiff, sees you holding it, goes over and looks at it, and he takes it from you to look at it. He goes, "These are no good anymore. These were all revoked last night."
Oh, well. That's unfortunate. May I ask? I don't recognize the symbols and everything here.
Marshal Callion has declared martial law. He has determined that Jrusar is to be blockaded until the perpetrators of Jamansa Ord's death can be found and dealt with.
Understood. Could you give me a moment to perhaps speak with him? I understand you're not going to understand this, but just give me a second. And I activate the token that I have on Kalian, just to communicate with him and tell him,
It doesn't activate.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Perhaps that's not going to work. I apologize. Regardless,
Men, you lot, get on board and search their skiff. Any signs of any kind of espionage or anything. What is this that you're hauling? What is on your skiff? Do you have paperwork for this?
Honestly, we run a small independent store. This is just some of our wares from earlier. The incident in the spire last night, the two construct automatons, I don't wish to be presumptive, but I and my companion here helped defeat those. We thought it would be a good idea to take our skiff and try to look for survivors. We've been searching the wilds all night. We've done what we can. Unfortunately, nothing really came to us. I could not give you a manifest if I wanted to. We didn't have a chance to unload. It is various things from our storefront.
Give me persuasion for starters.
Okay, let me move a kitty. Oh. There you go, kitty. Sorry, I'm cam off because I am just absolutely exhausted, so I have no lights on.
I can give him the help action with that if necessary, because I'm proficient in persuasion.
Yeah.
I am too, because I'm a college professor. That is a 16.
16. Now give me deception with advantage, because Foreign can help with that as well.
Okay, I gotta get another D20 out. Yeah, I'm not actually bad at that. Hang on. I had two dice stacked on top of each other. That is a 15.
15. We'll allow you to keep your skiff, but we will be confiscating this material. I find your explanation not quite acceptable. You lot, begin unloading their skiff. Take everything on the surface.
Hang on now. I was working for Kalion, sir. You know, this obviously I wouldn't have come across this bad.
You can take it up with Marshal Kalion on your own time. I am following his orders directly. He watches. Bits of the metal are now being picked up, and the appendages and everything that you guys spent all night just carefully bundling up to bring back to the shop. They're now unloading it on to the
What's
skiff.
your name, sir?
My name, Captain
If
Winters.
I'm going to take it up with Kalion, I need to know your name.
My name is Captain Winters, sir.
Captain
Feel free.
Winters.
I think you'll find things have changed a great deal when you have your conversation with the Marshal. And I would advise you and your friend to think less about your shop and think less about whatever it is you are doing down here. The tides of war are coming, and you better think about what you can contribute to the defense of Jrusar. Everybody, off! And he kind of guides all of his guards and wardens off. You
Before
watch
you
it.
walk off, before you walk off, I want the. Are we both going to do a thing?
You first.
Okay. I want to just kind of step in front of him and just pump myself up and just. My friend and I here destroyed a 2-story tall automaton. I charged into a burning building to save civilians. What in the good Lord, in the God's name, have you done to help? And you're waylaying us for some scrap metal? Like, what is this?
Sir, like I said, I don't know who you are. You're telling me a story as if I should know who you are. And I have no interest in stories. Now, step aside. I have more work to do.
I can tell you weren't there trying to assist during the attack. I'm rather difficult to miss.
I don't know. One feather on a bird does not make you a unique bird, now does it?
Do you know how many Albatross Aarakocra do you know in Jrusar? And how
would you like to continue this conversation in chains, sir?
It's all right, Professor. Let him go. And I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder, but like I'm intentionally trying to deposit a couple of tokens on him.
Yeah, give me sleight of hand as you do that.
Yeah. So like while he's having that discussion, with Professor. Oh, not great. That's 15.
Sir, unless you want to draw back a stump, I would advise you to keep your hands to yourself. You can notice that the Wardens are getting nervous now. Like, they're laying hands on weapons. 2 more skiffs have arrived. There's this, like, tense kind of standoff at this point.
You know, you wouldn't be the first Warden I got in a fight with. Probably wouldn't be the last. Do you really think it's worth it to do this right here, right now?
Sir, I will do whatever the Marshal deems fit for the self-preservation of our city. Like I said,
so you're in communication with him then,
have changed.
You're in communication with him right now.
Doesn't matter. I am following orders.
Ah.
Orders were given this morning to the Wardens, and we are doing what is required. Now, you can either jump on board and do what's intended, or simply go away. Either way, I don't give a shit. And he turns, boards his skiff, pulls the other Wardens off the skiff, and he watches the 4 skiffs start climbing up towards one of the airships.
Okay, I'm going to pop a tooth out.
Okay.
And just try to throw it onto one of their skiffs.
Just as it's... Well, I mean, like, you were still successful with... His passive perception was only a 14. So you were successful on getting 2 tokens into, like, his armor, like the banding
gotcha.
of his armor.
I was
if you want to do that on one of the other skiffs, you can certainly do that too, if you want to try.
I was thinking it had failed. That's why I was like,
oh, no.
So I was like, I want to hear, because I'm going to burn one of them.
He just felt you do it. He just didn't notice what you did.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So
I was just kind of watching him go away, and let's head on back. We got the important stuff at least.
Right. So I want to go below deck specifically so I'm out of view of any other Warden skiffs that are around, and just summon Brightquill to me.
Okay. Not a lot of room in the below deck of a skiff. It's normally meant for very simple cargo storage, like what was just taken off of your ship. Because a skiff is only, about 60 feet long, 20 feet across. It's designed to be just a mobile short distance platform that you've been using. Brightquill, when he arrives, he's kind of in a sleeping position, and then stretches his wings and his arms, and he makes out a big griffin-like yawn. And, oh, Professor, why have you summoned me? What is going on?
I've never had a reason to ask you this. Can you, when you pop back to your pocket dimension in the Fae, can you take objects with you? Can you bring them across and back?
Well, of course I can.
How much weight would you say you can carry?
Well, you could always just put it in my saddlebags. Whatever goes in there, I can carry.
All right. For the time being, please, that's all I need to know for now. If I may have cause to summon you again, I apologize for interrupting your rest. It seems you got about as much as we did.
Oh, that's okay. I was asleep on the roof listening in on Melody and Arrow Trio. Arrow Trio died last night. It was pretty cool.
Oh, wanted that. Is he okay now?
Edith came over. Oh yeah, it was a scene. It was all a thing. But yeah, I keep forgetting how fragile you people are.
I just look up this. Okay, you know what? Fine. I apologize, but I may have work for you in the near future.
Oh, and Karina didn't come home last night.
That's more concerning.
Yeah, she's probably dead.
I love the.
Michael has no filter. He doesn't know what it means to be human,
doesn't.
so he has no filter.
So just come back up. Okay. Please, you're dismissed. Please.
Oh, of course. He
Alright.
disapparates and is gone.
I don't. So just go out and talk to Ford. Well, I talked to Brightquill, and at least for what we can fit in his saddlebags and whatnot, presumably what he can carry in his talons, he can bring those between his pocket dimension and where I summon him. So we hopefully shouldn't have this issue again, provided we can avoid patrols or only carry legitimate cargo to and from. Also, not to just to avoid alarming you beforehand. Apparently, Eritrea died again. He's back. He's back again, and Karina didn't return last night. So I don't think we're getting any sleep today, Ford. Yes, I know. I don't want to seem callous, but Eritrea dying, that's every other weekend. You know, I'm used to that by now. Karina not returning, that's a little bit disturbing.
It's also not quite uncommon. Remember, she went to the house, not Treshy, I'm sorry. She went to House Loomis for a moment.
Right.
She went to the library. She died down at the gravesite and all that. So it's not entirely uncommon, but
No. Yes.
assume we ought to be hightailing it back to the.
Yeah, we should probably make haste back, but all right.
On next time, perhaps we put all the stuff inside the portable hold first.
Right.
We got the important things, I think. I tried to get everything important I could imagine real quick shoved in there, so missed a lot of that bronze stuff. That was some heavy duty metal. It'd be nice to work with.
Speaking of the 2-foot section that I grabbed, what did I do with that? Because I don't think I brought it with the skiff.
I was under the impression you would have put it in the portable hole.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you have the section that I grabbed. All right. Cool. Just wanted to wait for a quick second to do a thing.
Karina, I need you to take a point of exhaustion. You and Evil have been waiting all night long, and the door never opened. The alarm never went off. You're on mute.
Man, those guards are so flaky. Okay. So we were about to change into level 7. Does me not sleeping affect that at all? Because usually...
No, you're still level 7. No, you still leveled up. So.
Oh, okay. So I have all of the additional leveled up stuff.
Correct. Minus the long rest of your previous usage of stuff.
Yep.
So you can level, you just can't long rest.
Yep.
And if I have an extra spell slots, can I add one thing there that might be helpful to me?
Sure.
Okay, that's good. Man, they never came. Well, so what do I need to do in order to be able to... Okay, so... You said Dispel might be able to, remove some of those cantrips?
You mean the glyphs, the 9th level glyphs that are on the protection spells on the podium?
You gotta roll really well.
I mean, you'd have to roll really well to be able to dispel those glyphs.
Dispel magic, no? Okay. Well, I can always turn into gaseous form and just kind of whiff out of there. It kind of feels like I'm wasting my opportunity here. So I'm just gonna. Can evil communicate with me if I'm in tiny huts?
Evil can communicate with you no matter where you are. He's tethered to you.
Oh, nice. So I'm just gonna set up tiny huts. I have my communication stones too. I can just like contact the rest of the group and be like, don't worry about me. I'll have something cooking. We'll be back in 24 hours. Open up my tiny huts, start my long rest, and ask evil to let me know. Oh, I do have the alarm going on
Yep.
the door up there.
Okay.
So if in another 24 hours they don't come in, maybe I'll change my plans.
Okay. So you settle in for your long rest. You bring Tiny Hut up down in the rounded chamber. Both evil and the alarm spell kind of, to protect and warn you in case something goes wrong. Just before you fall asleep, you send a message. Send a message out. Who are you communicating with? Who are you talking to?
Who has the stone at the moment?
Would you have left it back at the Prancing Centaur, or does someone actually have it?
Up until now, we just kind of vaguely said whoever needs to have it, but maybe we should establish who has it. Who wants a direct line of communication with Karina?
I mean, I feel like that's a Melody thing.
I would be very happy to have it.
Okay, I trust Melody to use it wisely.
Melody, you feel the archon, the vibration of the stone, like in your pouch as you and Elith and Eritrea wake up the following morning. You're kind of doing your morning routine, and Karina's sending stone is activated.
Hello.
Hi.
Karina?
Yeah, just checking in with you guys. I'm in a secret chamber underneath the Chandei Quorum, trying to steal some book. I'm hoping it works out. I don't know that it will, but I'm gonna take my long rest now. I'll see you when I see you. Try not to die. Have fun.
Okay, this all sounds on brand. Have a good sleep. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, bye.
And just at about that moment, Foreign and Professor, you'll take the skiff back to the Airy Spire at that point, and then head on back towards the Prancing Centaur. But for now, Melody, you and Eritrea and Elith are on the veranda floor upstairs. You can hear Binder has opened the shop, but you notice that the Fate Walk Bridge is still very empty. Hardly anybody out. Maybe one or two people kind of hurriedly moving through the Fate Walk Bridge as if to try to get wherever they're going to as quickly as they can. Binder has opened up the shop, but so far no one's come in. The three of you are upstairs on the veranda floor as it's early morning.
I woke up early and did my exercise and my beauty routine, and then I busied myself with creating like an Instagram-worthy breakfast for the group. Melody's just trying to control.
Just hire a court artist to come in and take a quick sketch.
But of course.
Yeah, the city crier shows up, makes a sketch of your breakfast and begins posting it up on all the crier columns for people to read. And there's little things they can press, these little magical glyphs for likes.
People keep walking by and being like, I love this.
Elith comes downstairs as breakfast is sitting on tables, and she sits down and starts picking at her food. She doesn't look like she got a very good night's sleep.
So, how are we feeling?
That I almost killed your friend.
Yeah,
that wasn't your fault.
It does, and it happens.
Especially
Air
with me.
Trio, probably the most unique thing that was kind of a partial outcome from this is that you're kind of used to dying. It happens.
Not his first rodeo.
But
Yeah.
this time you did not come back on your own accord.
Ooh.
You were traditionally revivified.
Concerning.
And the book still sits on the floor up against the wall where you last kicked it last night, Melody.
Should I try to touch it again?
No. Elith doesn't have time to revivify you again this morning. So, Elith, what are you thinking? Do you want to stay here a little longer? You're welcome to stay, or do you want to just go back and see if you can lay low?
I want to see what your friends think about all of this.
Well, Karina might not be back for a little while. She's in the middle of a quest for actually another scary book, it sounds like. Maybe similar.
Oh,
So
that
she might be
seems
gone
odd.
for a little while.
Okay, that's fine. And it's like at that moment, you guys hear the door open downstairs, and in comes Forn and Professor Jabatros. They come upstairs, and Forn and Jabatros, as you come upstairs, there's Melody, Air Trio, and Elith all kind of in conversation and eating a meal at the same time.
Oh, fantastic breakfast.
You guys made it! I disappeared to the kitchen to aesthetically arrange 2 more plates.
As long as it tastes good, I don't care what it looks like. We got stopped on the way up.
You got stopped?
Yeah, have y'all looked outside today?
Yeah, the streets are empty.
Have you looked out beyond the streets? It's
We haven't really
airships.
looked beyond the streets.
It's airships all over. On Corel airships. we got stopped as like a blockade. We were just coming up out of the wilds, and I lost all the good. Well, that was all the good stuff. I lost all the metal. We stayed up all night taking that damn thing apart. Had it all stopped in here, and we got stopped on the way up. And thankfully, I got the pilot's controls and everything, all the inner workings. That's in the portable hole. I got it. But
Actually, well, before that, I managed to stash some metal that I grabbed off the other automaton. I don't know what your plans are, but I was going to see if you or perhaps another artificer you know might be able to maybe craft me some armor with this. I think the chainmail I have is about done. It's not really providing too much these days.
I mean, I can do this now, and I walk over, and so with the I picked up 2nd level artificer now, so
Okay.
I've got my infusions, and I can infuse items with +1 AC.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
like I walk over and like I cast like looks like I'm casting a little spell on it, but I touch your chainmail, and it immediately bumps up your AC by 1.
Is that a permanent effect, or is that just a?
It's until I switch to a different effect. It's a 24-hour thing right now.
Okay, cool.
I can continue to do that for 24 hours.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
Also, while I was tinkering on the way back up, I've got 2 sending stones now. It's another part of the fun infusions I get to make as an artificer. So I've got here. You know what, Air Trail? Maybe this is better for you. Like I give Air Trail one of the sending stones.
Speaking of which, Karina's totally fine. She's in the ruins of the Chandei Quorum, and she's hiding out, trying to get a fancy book. So she said, "Don't wait up," but it's all good.
So we should go get Karina then, is what you're
No,
saying.
I think she's fine. She said she was going to take a long rest.
Right. So, on top of all this crazy stuff happening, Kalion has named himself the Marshal of Jrusar and is ruling like some kind of like it's the guards told us to prepare for war.
Wardens too.
He was rather mum on details, to be perfectly honest. I don't know that he was a great fan of either of us.
What is concerning to me is that they apparently arranged this blockade so quickly.
That is
Like,
a
they
bit
were-
disconcerting, isn't it?
I tried.
Yes.
You remember before I left a token on Lord Kelly? I given him a token. I didn't even leave it on him. I gave it to him, and that token is gone. It doesn't work anymore. Whether on purpose or by accident, it is not active. My Chandei Quorum badge was worthless. They confiscated it, but those are no longer in use.
What did you get from the machine that you would find a use to?
So I had some ideas. I was trying to give us a little more security around the shop because Binder's great, but he's a little tiny guy and he's not particularly powerful by any means. So the idea was try and beef up Binder, perhaps construct us a second automaton to be helping guard the shop to a bit. But that aside, this machinery, this equipment definitely is. Look, my first thought was Crimp also, but this equipment was definitely not Crimp's handiwork. Too shoddy, too rough and tumble, too dirty. And the longer I dug in on it, the material it is made of, this is bronze from what do they call it? Basilisk bronze. So my assumption right now is these were constructed somewhere out in the desert, in the Rumadan desert, which may be our next port of call for now, if we need to really dig into something. But honestly, the whole damn world's falling apart right now.
I just don't get it. Like, if Callian planned this, like Callian died, right?
Well,
Did the plan go wrong?
yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't. I was trying to get these automatons apart.
Mm-hmm.
I'll unroll the portable hole, forget the name of it there, and start like pulling stuff out of it, like the equipment and things out of it while we're having the conversation.
Yeah.
So, in other news, Elith was super, super helpful, and while Father Atrium was away, she went and snuck into his office. It seems like something's really wrong. She went through like a secret back room and found like a bunch of bloody chains and like a protection circle and this book, and she brought the book, and I'll point to where it's kicked in the corner.
Yeah.
Don't touch it, by the way, because Eritreo touched it and it killed him.
Well, you
Not
touched
in
it.
is my circumstances, but was quite alarming.
But you touched the book though, right?
Yeah, I touched it,
You
and
had to
Elith
bring it
touched
to
it
you,
no
right?
problem. Yeah, like I mean, it seems kind of weird. Maybe it's some kind of infernal book that's bad for Azamar.
Can I go over and investigate the book? Just see if it's in a language I recognize?
Yeah. You everything that I told them earlier, you kind of examine and give me an investigation or Arcana check as you.
Oh, thank God, Arcana. My investigation is not great. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Wait, your investigation must be great.
My investigation's not great. It's +2. My Arcana is very good.
Oh, gotcha.
I got a 21.
21. Because of your professor background, and you actually recognize what the book, like what the binding, the leather of the book is made of. There is a creature called a nightmare. These are undead horses that can exist in the in the Shadow Plane. They're also known to traverse and exist in other places as well. They're extremely unique and rare to find. They are the polar opposite of a unicorn from a standpoint of what they are. And this book is made out of nightmare skin.
Well, that's interesting. This it appears to be bound in nightmare hide. Is there any? Is there? I'm gonna reach out very gingerly and just touch it with one hand.
No.
You touch it, nothing happens.
All right. Just kind of.
It's locked. It's got this heavy latched lock on it that keeps it from being opened. There does appear to be the ability to put a key into the keyhole and then unlock it. The writing is unrecognizable. You do not recognize the writing whatsoever. And then, of course, the symbol on the spine. It just feels like a really old book.
All right. Well, I am not good at some of these things, and I'm a brute force kind of guy. Can I try to basically destroy the lock? Just put one of my talons in there. And
Wait. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Hey, the professor is an intelligent man. He is the polar opposite of Spot. Very smart, not very wise.
I'm gonna look. It didn't hurt you when you touched it. Air Trio and I seem to be the more different out of our group here. Let me, if I die, revivify me, and I'm going to touch the book.
Nothing happens.
Oh, good. I'll pick it up, and I would like to examine the lock, if it's arcane in nature, or if it's actually just a lock that. Because having picked up some artificer stuff, I'm thinking mechanical wise, I'm going to start fumbling with a way to try and unlock it.
So are you actively trying to pick the lock or
identify it? First I want to try and identify identify on the lock, if it's arcane at all, or detect magic if I need to do that one.
Neither... your identify does not reveal anything about the book, and your detect magic does not reveal anything about the book as well. No effect.
That is highly unusual. Look, I tried to detect any magic on it, and nothing happened. I tried to identify it, and as well, nothing happened. The lock is like just a latch over inlaid as a part of the book, right? Not like a padlock kind of thing on the outside, I assume.
Yeah, it's like it's designed to,
like an old journal style. Like it flips over and it snaps
Yep.
into itself, kind of thing. Okay.
Yep. And it's made of pure gold.
Okay. Let me take some time looking at the lock here, see if I can't examine the mechanism and seeing if I can't perhaps come up with a way to disengage the lock without damaging perhaps the book itself.
As you wish.
And I'll take out the tome again, the tome of crafting, the tome of ingenious crafting. So I also have the homunculus or the unseen servant from that to help me investigate with it.
Okay.
And I'm going to just try to examine the lock at all levels as I can and see if I can identify where the spring mechanism or whatever might be that's holding it. And then I'll try to pick it with my tinker's tools.
Give me an investigation check for starters.
Okay. With advantage because of the servant.
Yep.
But with exhaustion, it would negate the advantage, right?
Correct. So it's just a regular roll.
Great roll.
Wait, no, exhaustion is different now with 2024.
I thought it affected my rolls. Let me check it.
It does, but it's different. I think it's every 20 d20 test you make, there's a deduction off the roll.
Reduced by 2 times my minus 2. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So reduces my okay. All right. Well then,
So you still have advantage.
Yep.
You just have a -2 to the roll.
Okay. Well, that's not great. You said investigation.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a 13.
13. You see no sign of a mechanism, no sign of any kind of spring or mechanical anything. You see what looks like the residue of rust inside the locking mechanism, or maybe something else. You're not entirely sure what it is. But this does not feel like a traditional lock.
Okay, then I'll try to take. I'm gonna try and take like a tweezers, pliers out of my tinker's tools,
Okay.
and try and pick out some of that material.
Give me a sleight of hand check. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Oh no, that's not great. That's a. Hang on, where are we at? That's a. Oh, it's a 10. Okay.
As you attempt to get in there and get whatever that is, you brush up against the interior of the lock. All of you watch as this massive undead hand, 6 feet tall, shoots up out of the lock. It grabs on to Forn. Forn, give me a strength save, if you would, please.
No.
+4, because you're probably close
Yep.
to me or
Yep.
Yeah, you're
Albatross.
probably close to both of us.
Well, strength save. That's a 1 + 4.
Come on.
It's a 1 + 4 + 4. Because I do have a +4 to strength.
Oh, man.
-2 though, so that's a 7.
You watch as the hand grips him. You hear this bone snapping crunch as he's gripped, and then he's tossed across the room, slams into the wall, drops to the ground, and then the hand recoils back into the lock. As you take 48 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, I'm knocked out.
Oh, no.
As that happens to him, can I just kind of... I want to try to avoid hitting the book, but basically do a divine smite with my fist on the lock.
I will rush over and put 10 points of lay on hands into Forn.
Okay. Just as Forn is coming out of unconsciousness, you watch as Professor Albatross does that superhero leap and slowly brings his hand down towards the lock. And you can see Divine Smite forming in his hand, and then he strikes the lock. Professor, give me a con save, if you would, please.
That's actually my con... Well, my con save's not bad. Where is my dice?
Like I'm laying on the ground, like there was something inside the lock. It looked like rust. Doesn't make sense why it's gold. Gold doesn't rust.
Yeah, it was probably blood.
You're fine.
Well,
I got it. It was
now.
17 with my -1 exhaustion.
Okay. You feel the necrotic energy blast up towards you just as your hand tries to slam into the rock. You'll take half of 62 points of necrotic damage, which is 31, and you're kind of like stumble and blown back as the lock is unaffected by your strike.
2d6 radiant did nothing to it?
Did nothing. Not a scratch. Not a blemish. Not a thing.
So I'm gonna kind of do the Henry Cavill just reload my fists thing, and where is the name of this thing?
I love that
go ahead
fight
and
scene.
do
It's so rare to see Henry Cavill play a bad guy. He was so
I know,
hot.
right?
So hot. I hated the mustache, but I got over it.
Well,
Yeah.
you know they edited it out in Superman for you, so.
Well, and I hated that too. So
Great
just made him
guy.
look like he had a Gumby lip.
So I'm going to put distance between Airtrio, Melody, and Forn as much as I can. I'm going to do Abjure the Extraplanar, and you just told us this thing's undead, so it is not happy with me. If it can't move... Let's see what it's at. it must have been its turn trying to get as far away from it can. If it can't, there's no
What are you
the
doing?
creature can.
His,
I'm using observe the action
not
meter.
might, his divine
Yeah, it's my channel divinity.
channel divinity. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's turn for me, or it takes damage. And it has to. God, sorry, it's not here. It's a.
Is this
as
a
an
magical
action,
effect?
it's a channel divinity. It's my.
It's a
Excuse me, it's my
paladin
paladin effect.
feature.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Unfortunately, as you do this, nothing happens. You pour the energy into the target of the book, and no response, no damage, no nothing. It simply kind of vibrates a bit from the forced interaction with your magic, with your divinity, and just stays there.
that was disconcerting.
Elith comes over to Forn, places her hands on him, and does cure wounds. You get 34 hit points back from Elith.
Well, thank you.
She'll go over and do the same thing to Professor. Get
I'll
32 hit points back from her cure wounds.
I'm gonna go pick the book back up this time. Not doing anything crazy to it, but I'll bring it over to Elith, and I'm showing in the keyhole where I saw the rust looking stuff. You said the chains had, you thought rust, but turned out to be blood on it, right?
Yes,
Like,
I did.
Does it look like that? And I turned the lock towards her, and kind of trying to point out to where I was.
Yes, I imagine it could, yeah. I mean, that looks like human blood, or blood of some kind.
Oh, damn. Right, well, this is more complicated lock than I've got to deal with. You know what, let me... is everyone okay with me throwing this book in the hole?
Yeah,
I have
fine.
Excuse
no
me?
issues there.
Throw the book in the hole? What does that mean?
We have a big portable hole. It's kind of just like an extra dimension, and we just throw stuff in there sometimes.
Oh.
It's good for storage and when I need to carry things.
It smells really bad.
It smells better now. I've been working on it. I did pick up prestidigitation, so I've every time I go in the hole, it's like prestidigitating a different smell.
It's like air freshener down there every time you go down. A little bit of Febreze.
Febreze, yeah.
I cast a breeze.
They don't make any. They don't call it portable hose. Air fresheners. They don't make anything like that. So.
Now that was pretty funny. Morning kind of turns into mid-morning. So what do we do about this book? And what is going on? What's with... She's standing over the edge of the veranda looking down at the lack of people moving about. Just as she kind of looks up at the sky after the earlier mention of Forn, you guys watch as half a dozen air skiffs just go, racing by, and then she looks up and she could see the Ankarel skyship up above, and the shadow of another one kind of oscillating off in a different direction. 24 wardens go marching by, heading towards one of the gondolas. Is this for real? What does this mean?
I think it means it's going to be harder for us to be getting around the city now, at least by official means.
Elith, I have to be honest. We recently found out that Father Atrium was actively paying people to kill us. So this, much as it's nice to have you here, this may not actually be the safest place for you.
She takes a step back from you. Don't you think that would have been handy to have known last night?
I mean, I think last night it seemed like people were pretty distracted, but this morning maybe it's time to put some distance between us and you, just for a little bit. You can kind of fall in and look like a good soldier.
How did you How did you know that he was after you? How did you know this?
Well, he's a slimy enough guy that the person who was hired to kill us actually decided he would rather talk to us instead.
Well, who did he hire?
Does it matter?
Kind of. I'm kind of in charge of his itinerary.
Black Hand.
Oh. And she just slowly sits down. That makes sense. He was in Atrium's presence a few days ago. They had a conversation about something. Atrium seemed very upset. And the man who left the office, I recognize the last name. I don't remember his first name, but I remember him leaving, and he seemed very, to be honest, very relieved. But why would Father Atrium want you and your friends dead? I mean...
Why would he enlist the services of a bounty hunter?
He apparently have a undead book with him that he's casting spells on. This man is bad news.
Yeah, but doing this all under the guise of a priest of Bahamut? Doing this... I mean, he served in Vasselheim for decades before transferring here. And just a year ago, he requested I be transferred here.
How certain are you that Father Atrium is the Father Atrium you knew? Did you know him in Vasselheim?
Well, he was an asshole in Vasselheim. He was an asshole here. I mean, he seems like the same person that I've always known. Is there a long game here? Is there something else going on? Because in less than 24 hours, we've gone from the possible reunification of Marquet to martial law and...
Look, Kalian was very against the unification of Marquet. He was very much in favor of Jrusar staying independent. He said as much in our conversations before. When he hired me to follow up with Bragsworth, which, by the way, I'd like to follow up with him where he is right now. I would really hope he wasn't present yesterday, but I don't know. If Kalian's got the leadership now, Kalian was displeased with the council previously in their immediate agreement to go along with Jamon Sa'ord's plans. But now we've also heard Jamon Sa'ord perhaps is a changeling and not perhaps the actual Jamon Sa'ord.
And also maybe Jamon Sa'ord is dead.
Correct. But is it that Jamon Sa'ord or the perhaps replacement Jamon Sa'ord or
both?
Who knows? In the meantime, she's my daughter, man. She's on the couch.
The look on your face was epic. That was such a dad face.
You know?
Why didn't you try watching that?
I don't know if that came through or not, but she prefers to try watching anime. And then gave the Sailor Moon eye tongue out, like the pull your eyes.
Yeah. That may be the most adorable thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Perhaps. Look, Corinna is in the ruins also, and what do we expect she's going to be able to get out of there?
She didn't seem super concerned, but I can check in on her. I want to let her get a rest. How long ago would she have contacted me? Like
about 4 hours ago by now.
Okay.
Because it's getting on to mid-afternoon.
If the quorum is no longer, which it apparently seems to be the case, because now they're calling him Marshal Kalian. If the quorum is no longer, and Kalian has taken control of what was formerly the quorum's holdings, and apparently now Ankarel is involved and everything else, traveling around the city is going to be difficult for us. We may need to find some more trustworthy but less seedy friends to travel around the city now. You remember that goblin back in the Smolder Spire that had a shop that was in a pocket door?
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't not trustworthy, but and he sold us some decent stuff. Perhaps we can maybe make some inroads with him and his contacts and find a way to traverse the city the way that he hides his shop.
I mean, we haven't been told we have to stay indoors, right? I'd like to just go to a bar, see what people are talking about.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Frankly, a drink sounds nice. I am a little exhausted by now. Perhaps we just wait on word from Corinna. And if no one else is on the streets right now, certainly there's no one in the bars either. Worth a shot. Professor?
I concur with your plans, though. I feel I stick out a bit at a tavern. I was going to see if I could perhaps go to one of the libraries, find some academics, and see how they're reacting to this situation.
Yeah, ask them about a book with this weird symbol on it.
Okay, so I'll do that. I'll make a either a rubbing or just draw an approximation of the symbol that's on it. I don't know if the entity in the book is going to like me doing that.
It would be hilarious if you went to do the rubbing and like you got hit with.
No, down.
It thinks you're attacking it, so it.
Just the gentlest little rubbing ever.
What you need is some silly putty, and you just slap it on there and peel it off, and it's got the shape for you.
Wait. Let me try one thing that I remember from some controversial books I read in my youth. I just remember I just slide my finger down the spine just to see if it does anything.
Nothing happens.
No, it was too simple. Too simple. Okay, never mind.
Speak friend and enter.
Bad.
So as you guys settle into the afternoon, hoping to hear from Karina after she gets up from her long rest. Karina, as you begin to stir from your long rest, the tiny hut is translucent, so you're able to see out. You see a figure standing near the podium and looking at the book. You can see that the trapdoor up above is open. She kind of turns towards where your tiny hut is, and she just smiles.
I had alarm on the door.
Oh, I know you did.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
Bad stuff. Okay, I tell Evil, okay, showtime.
No connection with evil.
Damn.
What?
Well,
You can come out when you want to. I don't mean you any specific harm. And your bird friend, you can always bring back when you choose to. Come out wherever you are.
what the actual fuck? Okay. God damn. Okay, I'm gonna be... who slighted me last? I'll take Regina's form and come out of my tiny hut. Not bad. I kind of slow clap to her.
Her eyebrow raises. You notice that the blades on her waist are made of pure green glass. The handles wrapped in kind of a metal emerald inlay. The armor that she wears almost liquids and moves as you try to stare at it. Her hair is so long it kind of disappears into her armor. Her elven features, her drow elven features, kind of very prominent, and she just smiles. I know who you are, Karina. My mistress has this person in her prison cells. I am here to help you and the others. We have gotten word that Jrusar Ord has been murdered. And I would like to know who did it so that I could take their head back to my queen and confirm the information of who did it. What are you doing down here? Do you understand what is going on up there? It is chaos.
I guess I just wanted to take the few extra moments to steal something valuable, maybe. And I kind of look over to the book.
This is but the book of the founders of the Chandei Quorum. It is a relic, but I don't believe it is, how shall we say, a value of magic. It's more a value of wealth, I believe.
Value of
Also,
wealth.
if you had possessed the skill of legend lore, it could tell you a great many things about whoever last possessed the book or is responsible for it.
Well, I'm capable of legend lore, so might not be wasted on me. How about
Perhaps not. You watch as she reaches for the book, takes it off the pedestal, and tosses it to you.
yes. Success. So what brings you down here? It can't just be me.
No, I stumbled
sorry.
across. Well, I mean, if you'd like, I could make it all about you if you choose.
Well, okay, well, you know.
And she just gives you that like Han Solo grin, that lopsided grin.
Damn, Karina's not used to smooth people. She's very like, "Oof, okay, well, maybe another time, lady.
Oh, names,
What?
of course. My name is Althea. Althea Fermem. It is a pleasure to meet you, Karina. I've heard a great deal about you.
From who?
From the Queen, of course. She has a notion of keeping an eye on things, of course.
So, well, I guess to make it a little bit more of an even trade, and I take out the thing that I got off Jamansa's orc's arm. And I don't give her the thing, I give her the leftover skin from the thing. That's all I could get of him.
This is flesh from Jrusar Ord. They are truly dead.
I show her the compass. If they are on this plane, and they are alive, this should point to them. This indicates that they are probably dead.
Althea looks at the compass, sits down on a nearby stone in the chamber. Well, this is truly unfortunate. They were such a powerful ally of the Queen and some other friends of ours.
Were they a shapeshifter as well?
No, Jrusar Ord was they were a bronze dragon of old age. I have no knowledge that they were a shapeshifter, no.
We've been told... Who told us again that they were a shapeshifter?
Regina Greencloak, I
Regina.
believe, yeah.
The lady that is currently at your prisons, or at
Yes,
least...
she is a vile woman. I do not like her. I do not trust the words out of her mouth. We heard her, during interrogation, her claim that she insists that Jamansa Ord is the one that is here is somehow a fake or a changeling. She spits on the ground.
Karina's like, yeah, those changelings too.
Give me a performance on that one, Karina. Performance check, if you would, please.
She just spits all over herself.
This is an 8.
An 8?
Oh
Now,
no!
This is the lowest performance I've ever done.
now give me a deception check with disadvantage.
I will say though, Karina does not like changelings. That's like her thing.
It's the moment, not the truth.
Okay, deception was it?
Yep, with disadvantage.
And I'm being am I enough not myself to be able to get the wow, this is rough. This is 13. No, that's the normal one. What's the not normal one?
Aethium, or Elthia crosses her arms and just stares at you. It's the person I don't like, not the changeling, dear girl. I cannot for people that... Well, Regina Greencoke is a member of an organization that has done great harm to quite a few societies in Exandria. They have been complicit and implicit in many different occasions of, well, the one that has always concerned us is 10 years ago when the battle took place out at the Shattered Isles, out in the sea. Do you know the story?
I have heard of it a couple of times.
Great many fleets of airships, great many armies came together to do what they could and defeat this creature, this thing called Mason. And many lives were lost. Many people died to stop this creature from doing whatever he did. And even though he was stopped from bringing a new plane into existence, the Shadowfell and the Feywild suffered the worst, shattering both their planes of existence and taking away the home to millions of creatures who now live in fear, who now are unaware as to what they are required to do, where to live, how to find their way back home. And we know for a fact that Regina's organization was complicit in this, and that they were working hand in hand with this Mason. Now, although we believe this Mason to be dead, the damage that he left behind has created opportunity for other creatures to take advantage of this world, to take advantage of the disunion, the fear, and, how shall we simply put it, the blame game of who was responsible 10 years ago for what had happened. The dead bear no witness to the world of change. Only the living must suffer it. And we are suffering whether we know it or not.
Is there a specific threat on the horizon that you and your lady have been tackling?
I do not know. All I know is that I came here to do some investigation about Jamansa Ord's death, and then after this, I'm to seek out a Fey folk named Fawn and hand him his orders from the Bright Queen. I believe you are a friend of Fawn's, are you not?
Yeah, I was just on the way there.
Well, come on. And she starts climbing the ladder out of the pit.
Okay, I turn into a pixie and just kind of sit on her shoulder.
Mm-hmm. She goes, oh, pretty, and begins to climb up the ladder. As she comes out of the ladder, there are 4 headless corpses lying around the entryway into the trapdoor. She very unceremoniously tosses their bodies down into the chamber sealing the trap door, and just kind of you watch as she telekinetically lifts some stones and rocks and places the whole thing onto the trap door. Then she walks you out of the ruined chamber that you're in, and now you're back up above. But just as you come out into daylight, she casts greater or lesser invisibility on you and herself. And then you feel her begin to fly at the same time as a ring on her right finger flares with energy. So, where is this prancing? Oh, so many airships. This is fascinating. You can see that the Chandei Quorum area of the core spire is just overrun with wardens. There's well over 400 wardens down below you as she's now flying up and trying to avoid all the air skiffs. You watch as griffin riders come swirling by and kind of off towards the edge of the horizon. And before long, you guide her to the rooftop of the Prancing Centaur, and gently, two of you land on the roof.
Up. Gonna knock on the door.
Oh, you're currently a pixie.
Oh, right. Okay, just wait here for 1 second. I'll be right back with 4.
No, that's okay. And she slides down the roof and silently just kind of lands on the veranda. The 4 of you, including Elith, look over to see a woman standing there with a kind of crooked smile on her face and a pixie on her shoulder.
I turn back into Karina.
Karina is standing alongside her.
Hey.
4, and you recognize her instantly. You're on mute.
Yep, I am. Sorry. I turn around and like surprise, like the bumbling, and then I like drop to one knee.
Oh,
We don't need to do that here. We are in the field, of course.
Oh, I think he's doing it for me, actually.
She looks at you and probably. She reaches into the inside of her jacket, pulls out a packet of parchment wrapped up in twine with the wax seal of the Bright Queen. And she walks over and pulls you up to your feet and hands you to him. The Bright Queen has business for us. And business is good. With Jamansa Ord's death, things are beginning to shift a little bit. We need to find out who killed them, who is responsible for this catastrophe, and we are under direct seal of the Bright Queen to terminate whoever is responsible for this. No questions asked, no guidance needed. Here are your writs and your warrants. These also contain the information that we've been able to glean so far, which unfortunately is not much. And to who is this charming lady over here with the seal of the Platinum Dragon on her wares? And she very kind of saunters over and reaches out her hand towards Elith, and Elith just kind of looks around and, oh, I'm sorry. And she stands up and, I'm Elith. I work for the Temple of Behemoth. Of course you do, dear. You are stunning. And
Okay,
and,
Karina's laughing on the side. She's like, wow, I can't believe this. Okay, well, boo.
That's what
allow
I special.
to formally introduce myself. I am Althea Tramp. I am the personal bodyguard to the Bright Queen, and when required, a personal assassin. Once she gives an order, I fulfill it no matter the cost. And she bows towards all of you. So, Fawn, what mess are you in this time?
That's a great question. I have. There's some leads. Let's leave it at that. I've got some leads. We whatever it was that hit the quorum while Jamon Sahord was talking, two automaton golem creatures came out, 2 stories tall, great big giant things. We
And you
fought
did
'em.
not think of taking one for examination?
Oh, I did. We destroyed them. I ran one away and took it down to the wilds. I was able to take apart, and I'll kind of like open the door to my room where I will have shoved all the
All the
mechanics from the
components
pilot
out
here.
of the
This is as much as I was able to keep, because I was able to hide it at the last minute, not knowing when I came back to Jrusar, when the professor and I flew back up here, that we would be under blockade so quickly. I captured as much as I could. These are mostly all of the mechanics. This is definitely not the work of Krim. To be honest, that was my first suspicion. I don't know how familiar you are with that name, but that is a very dangerous man, and he may end up on the list. But it's clear from this construction this is not his handiwork. This was crude, shoddy, more rough and tumble kind of building, but it was made of a material I identified as basilisk bronze. So I believe we're going to end up heading out into the Rumadan Desert here before too long, to try and track down where this, in such quantity, this basilisk bronze could come from, and perhaps that's where our, dare I call this person an artificer? This is
Thanks, Radar.
some tough but still very mediocre handiwork came from. I will say, did Karina describe to us what was piloting those? Because I would have seen the body of the one.
Yeah, I mean, you would have seen the body of the kind of interconnected goblin creature that was kind of fused into the mechanics of it. But she could easily just kind of describe what she saw when it was, alive and active.
Yeah.
So, this is truly interesting information. What are your next steps, Fawn?
I try not to speak for all of us, but my next heading is to go out into the desert and see what we can find there. We do know Spike. I don't know how familiar you are with this Minotaur.
Spike is definitely on our list as well. We are aware of his going-ons in regards to Fey folk, and she kind of glances over at Melody and back towards you.
I do believe Spike is working with a group called the Ironbound, and they are procuring Fey folk for nefarious purposes. But Spike, at our last bit of knowledge, Spike was also operating from Basilisk in the desert. So,
Spike, this Minotaur, we have traced him to his kingdom holdings of the Ashenador and the Panagrip Sands. We know he comes from there. Where the wealth and power that he's achieved comes from, that we do not know. However, we feel that the target of the ire of those who will be upset at Jamon Sa'od's passing will be in the Hellcatch Valley and the city of King's Fall, the seat of power for the Hellcatch Valley. Already the rumblings of Ankarel sending their forces to Jrusar and joining up with the Wardens and seizing the city. They are convinced that they are responsible for Jamon Sa'od's death. There is some truth to the notion that the Hellcatch Valley would not benefit much from a reunification in Marquet, but without proper proof, we are having difficulty stepping in on this. I am to journey to Bassaris. One, you are to stay here and figure out what is going on. Those are the Queen's orders.
I understand.
Now, I must leave, but before I leave, I would like to have a private word with Eritrea, if you don't mind. And now she switches from like being a little bit charismatic to being very serious. Like she's got her much more serious face on. Edith immediately gets up. She's super intimidated and heads downstairs into the shop.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I just step into the room and close the door and start sorting out all the parts.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Althea and say, "You want to talk to him alone?"
I need to share some information with him. I will allow him to determine if that information be shared with the rest of his friends. But I will not presume that it can be.
If Eritrea looks, comfortable being alone with her, then does he?
Yeah, I've already died a couple times this week, so another time won't be anything.
She just smiles.
I'm gonna, as I go, I'll just like pat Eritrea on the shoulder and say, "See you later, cutie," and give him a bardic inspiration.
Oh, okay. You have bardic inspiration. It's a
It's a
D8
D6.
now, right?
It's a D6.
Oh, D6. That's right, because you're multi-class, right?
Yeah, this is my first level of bard.
That's right. Karina, if you don't mind, you and the professor,
Karina's
please.
out. Karina's saunters out of there normally.
Professor, do you leave the room as well?
Yeah, I'll take off. I'll head back up
Okay.
to my room.
Okay. She kind of walks over to you, Eritrea. I am not used to being a messenger for other people, but this particular person comes highly recommended by the Bright Queen, and Eritrea, this person has taken an interest in you. Do you know of an individual named Pike Trickfoot by chance?
Yes.
What is your knowledge of her? Have you met her before?
No, I have not personally met her. I just know she's a bit of a legend. But I would be curious why she has interest in me. I wouldn't even think she knows who I am.
Well, it's strange, to say the least. I did not, but the Queen had just returned maybe a few days ago from Pike's funeral. She had passed away a couple weeks ago. And strangely enough, for whatever reason, she left you 2 items to be given to you upon her burial. And she specifically left it to the Bright Queen to handle as she saw fit.
Strange, but I'm interested.
The first item is the Sarenrae charm that she wore her entire life. And she hands you a linen-wrapped, kind of, not really a package, it's just small enough to fit in your hand, and it's wrapped up in very simple linen. As you unfold it, it's the symbol of Sarenrae on a very simple, kind of patinaed bronze chain. The charm itself, a bit of a kind of like gold and silver inlay that looks much fancier than the chain itself. She also left you this letter, sealed with the wax seal of Vox Machina, and the Saren Ray. Don't know who you are, but the restorer of the faith and someone who has saved this world over many times believes that these things are meant to be given to you. I wish you luck, Eritrea, and I do apologize for her passing. It's not easy when the first of your renewed order has to find her path to the gods, even though some say the gods do not exist anymore. I happen to believe that they still are out there somewhere, waiting for us to find them yet again. Oh, yes, and the Bright Queen wanted me to give you this as well. She said that Fawn described you as a very intense but somewhat anemic individual who has a hard time staying on their feet.
That he assessed that properly, I would say.
This ring is a ring of perseverance. It gives you advantage on con saves and increases your con attribute by 1.
Ooh.
She kind of grabs your arm and shakes your hand. Good luck, Eritrea. I don't know where your path is, but hopefully it doesn't stray far from your friends. And she kind of heads out towards the veranda and simply jumps over the edge and is gone.
I'm alone.
Yep, still alone in the veranda floor of the shop.
I am going to open this letter.
You break the seal, and there's almost like a magical kind of energy that releases with it, almost as if it's something that is allowed to happen because it is you. And the seal that you break is a mixture of wax and strands of silver hair mixed in with the wax seal. You begin to unfold the letter. Well, like Scanlon always says, when it's time to go, well, it's fucking time to go. I'm old now, Eritrea. I've heard of you. You've barely heard of me. But I need to come clean about something. You see, when me and Scanlon found you all those years ago, and we didn't quite know what to do with you, we put you in the care of the Saren Ray Temple. But I think it's important that you understand how we found you. We found you as an abandoned baby at the foot of an old statue in the Saren Ray Temple. Originally, we thought it was maybe, two people had a good night. They didn't feel like they could take care of a child. And, temples take in orphans all the time. But when we did some research later on the statue that you were left at, I thought it was an old statue of Saren Ray. It turned out, once again, Scanlon was right in his strange but brutal way. And he declared it a statue of an Azamar. But it was so old and worn, we weren't sure what statue was, if it was a person or not. So, we had the temple folk raise you. And when you were old enough to be on your own, me and Scanlon visited another a friend of ours that we met during the wars with the elf doesn't matter. He's dead now. I visited Caleb. And Caleb was under the impression that your identity needed to be protected. So we had your memory altered. And we instilled you with the memory that Saren Ray is your mother and that you are someone special to her. We felt this was the best way to protect you until you could figure out who you are and where you're supposed to go. When I heard word that you ended up in Jrusar, well, me and Scanlan spoke, and we decided, in case either one of us were to pass, that this letter should reach you. If you're reading this, I'm more than likely dead, either because Scanlan got us into some kind of trouble he couldn't get us out of, or I've been known to drink a lot and eat a lot of bad food. There's only so much the gods can do for you. But I hope the original charm that I wore my whole life finds you on your way, and you can discover who you are. When you place this charm on you, Eritrio, all your memories will come back to you. Every single one. Be kind. Scanlan is probably mourning my passing. To this day, I don't think Scanlan will ever die. He's just too much of a sneaky motherfucker for that. But if you want to seek him out and you have questions, last I heard he was traveling to Ankarel. Oh, and he's obsessed with looking like a centaur now. Scanlan is a lot. Try not to judge him too badly. Cordially yours, Pike Trickfoot of Vox Machina.
What?
He was just a baby.
You hold the charm in your hand.
I neatly fold up the letter and I put the charm around my neck.
The moment you put the charm around your neck, you are pulled into rapid succession of visions. Like, from the point of your life that you're in now, you're pulled backwards in your visions. You are in Vasselheim. You're in the arms of a woman. She walks as if she is regal in stature, but she wears beggar's clothes. She is swaddled in the rags of someone that's only ever known the streets. She stands in front of an old, run-down temple. You see a very young Pike Trickfoot and others working on the temple. As you look throughout the city of Vasselheim, this appears to be maybe somewhere around the time that Vasselheim was protected from Vecna's rise, as the city is in a great period of reconstruction. The person carrying you sneaks through the door and into the chambers. There is a old statue that she lingers in front of. She sets you down in a basket in front of the statue. Her hooded face gives you no detail, but her voice sounds strong and sounds, well, sad a little bit. I don't know why you were given to me. I don't know where you came from. But I gave birth to you. I think your journey must start here. I don't know why. It feels right. They will teach you, will guide you. They will take you on a mission that I simply cannot come with you on. From young but strangely knowledgeable eyes, you stare up at this woman, and then a vision of your entire life unfolds around you. Your studies in the temple, your many trips with the different priests and acolytes of the temple. You are raised from infancy to young adulthood until a visitor arrives. Red wild hair, an orange cat on his shoulder, the markings of a wizard of the Cerebus Assembly around his neck. So, you are the one that I am to speak with. Well, young man, come and sit with me so that we can have a conversation. At that moment, you realize that he's casting a spell. And this must be that moment that your memories were taken from you. But now that they're back, you understand why it is that you're in Jrusar. You are aboard a Vasselheim airship that is currently cruising in the high atmosphere over the Lucidian Sea. You look down and you see a monument of sorts. Your journey did not begin in Vasselheim, but you're on a Vasselheim airship. Your journey actually began in Wildmont. And this took you over a place called the Shattered Islands. And as you look down into the sea, you could see the profile of a helmeted figure raising their hand up in the air, cut from stone, a large sword in their hand. And for some reason, this place feels familiar to you. This place feels like it's supposed to be important, but you're not entirely sure why. The ship continues on the long journey to Ank'Harel. As the ship docks in Ank'Harel, the capital city of the Rumadan Desert and the heart, the jewel of Marquet, you find yourself wandering the desert streets of Ank'Harel. This amazing city unfolds around you. And then just like that, you're back on another airship heading towards Jrusar. While you're conflicted in your emotion as to your journey, all of this used to be fuzzy and not very memorable to you. But now it's all a clear path. For whatever reason, you're meant to be in Jrusar. For whatever reason, something is going on here that you feel you have purpose. That reason sits at the edge of your mind, unsure. You then feel yourself back in the second floor veranda of the shop. What felt like hours of time to you was mere seconds, as these visions all flooded, and now you're back exactly where you were.
I just erupt in tears. And
all of you can hear Eritrea crying upstairs.
You know, I pushed the door open to my room because I've been in there tinkering, and I hear that. And you all right there, bud?
it's all right as I can be after what just happened.
I'd step out of the room.
Did she say something rude? What happened?
No, it wasn't rude. It was enlightening. But can we make sure everyone's in here for this? I feel like you're important people in my lives, and I would want to be transparent with all of you.
Professor.
Greener.
You know, it's just kind of where everyone is.
Elith or no Elith?
I like you, but
Okay, Elith.
Oh, is this? Feel like this is one of those family meetings.
yes, I guess you could put it that way.
Oh,
That's
Doggo.
right. Get him, Ryan. Get that doggo under control.
I've just had some quite shocking news, and it's not all totally clear. I am not who I thought I was, basically my entire life. I was not born of Sarenrae. I was left at a temple of Sarenrae when I was a child, studied, raised there. And when I was a young adult, my memory was altered to protect my identity. And that's where the whole fabricated story of me being son of Sarenrae and some person of great importance came from. And while I apparently needed to be protected because of who I am, I still am not exactly sure what I am or who I am. But I'm in Jrusar for a reason, and I feel like I have been, even though I may not be connected to Sarenrae as I thought. I believe I have been guided to be amongst you, to assist you, form bonds with you, and to try to make this a better place. I still believe that in my heart. But I'm just extremely conflicted right now. It's just shocking. It's just quite shocking what I was just told.
I don't understand. I mean, you are an Asmar, right? And you said you've seen Sarenrae before, right? She's visited you.
Yes, but the story of who I exactly was, my history, was not the truth.
It doesn't really seem like a good undercover story, though.
It just seems a little crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think this...
And you said you had a purpose here, but about what is it?
I don't know. I don't know. But it just was a feeling that had back to me of me arriving in Jrusar. I was meant to be here. And I'm going to have to find out more information. I feel like I need to find a man called Scanlan.
Scanlan?
Scanlan. Might have more information about who I am and what I am and what my purpose is.
Professor kind of wants to walk over and just put another, like, it's a day for it, just a hand on your shoulder. It's like, I understand that you want answers to this, but you are the man you are. Finding out what you come from won't change that. That's, you are the experiences that you've had, not the circumstances that led you being left on the temple's doorstep. I'm here to help you as much as I can, but don't get lost in trying to find answers in the minutiae here. Don't lose yourself as you are for chasing the answers for this.
I just start falling again, and I hug Jump.
Oh,
Oh god!
Jalatrap's like, oh my god, human contact or creature contact.
I have hollow bones. Be careful.
No, actually, Jalatrap is kind of like
He's
as you're
buff.
hugging the bear trail, you're like, God damn, this guy's swole.
Yeah. God, this is a built bird.
Finding myself getting a little excited.
I love it.
Karina will pull out. Oh, sorry. Karina was gonna pull out the compass to find people and hand it to Eritrea. If you have anything at all that belongs to somebody you're looking for, you would be able to locate them or to at least find the direction that they're in with this compass. I can loan it to you. Just, return it when you're done with it.
I really appreciate it, but I have to ask. You're not requesting any money from me.
No, to return it after it's done. I'll just add the loaning fee to what you already own.
I don't really know what to tell you. Maybe we're more alike than we knew, but the memory is a little different. I kind of understand how it feels. It's a lot. I'm not good at this. I'm sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for. You're a more insightful person emotionally than you know, Born. You need to give yourself more credit for that.
You hear that? You hear that? He said I'm insightful,
God, he's still delusional.
and I need
He's
credit.
still delusional.
Now, I didn't open this yet because it came so sudden to close it off. But the Bright Queen's note here. If we'd like to know what we have, I kind of look at everybody for, like, do it or no, or keep it to myself.
I think we're all sharing information right now.
So I just want to peek. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Just as a little tongue-in-cheek joke, I just want to open the breast pocket of my sweater vest and just look in and make sure that Rimnus didn't drop anything in there. Just like, oh no, never mind. Please continue forward.
Right. As I was saying, I pull the strands that are tied in the note together and unfurl it, and then read my orders out to the team.
Oh, you're reading it out loud to everybody?
I am.
All right. 1 sec. The wife just texted me. I want to make sure everything was okay. As you unfurl the orders, it is definitely written in the hand of the queen. You've worked with her for a while now. And everything in it confirms what Althea stated. There's also a key wrapped up in it with the marking of the money changer up in the core spire. If anyone's familiar with that, it's Karina. She's been up there from time to time. The letter gives you permission to do whatever it takes to pursue who has done this. The Bright Queen is under the impression that somebody else is manipulating this whole thing. That destabilizing and bringing conflict into the Hellcatch Valley is their intended purpose. While Althea travels to Bassaris to make her investigations. You are to linger in Jrusar, and once you can positively identify who's responsible for the death of Jamansa Ord, you are to exterminate them with extreme prejudice. The key has a marking on it. There's also a notation in the letter saying that she left you the normal stipend of 25,000 gold to accomplish the task.
Did it say normal stipend?
The normal stipend?
Of an operative.
What?
As it would seem that the Bright Queen has elevated you to operative.
Well.
I see Karina just like buddying up to Ford. It's like, so
Yeah, no.
So you got money.
Now. The money is to accomplish the goals, not to go shopping, not for spa days.
But if like we needed a really good outfit for espionage, which we probably will, and it's best to be prepared and do the shopping up front, I think.
That is so right. So, she knows what's up, and the Bright Queen would understand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure.
We can discuss it with Fabian. In the meantime, I need to start figuring out who it was that caused the commotion. And if Jamansa Ord truly is dead, we did have that notion from Regina before about Jaman being replaced. I'm not entirely... I don't know whether or not I can believe her, whether I can believe that.
She was sort of compelled to be truthful with us at the time that she said it.
Right.
So she might have believed it, but it could still be wrong.
Athena was quite convinced that Jamansa Ord was who they claimed to be. I did give her some of their skin. I also have Jamansa's signet. Doesn't seem like they are anywhere on this plane. Might be dead. I might be able to see if I can get any confirmation on that from anybody associated with the Raven Queen, maybe. I also got this book, which might not be immediately useful, but might tell us a little bit about some of the organization's secrets and history. And I showed them the very expensive, very nice book that was definitely worth a lot of shenanigans.
Yeah. It appears to be the first written histories of the founding of the Chandei Quorum.
Okay.
Interesting.
Did you guys also find the book, maybe?
It's in the hole.
Yeah, you all nervously look at Karina like, oh, fuck, don't let her have it.
I was curious, maybe, it sounds evil and magical. Maybe I'd recognize something.
Look, if you want to take a look at it, I'll roll out the portable hole rug again.
But it punches and it kills people, so be really careful.
It was not. I was not. At that point, I wasn't trying to break into it, but it looks like there's blood inside the lock.
I would just like to see if I recognize any markings. I've died enough. I have no interest in doing so again.
I get the book out of the hole.
Okay. To Professor Javeltros's credit, it's made of nightmare hide, a creature of the Shadowfell. The lettering is unrecognizable to you. The golden lock that's latched on it to Foreign's investigation, does appear to have dry blood in the interior of the lock mechanism. There is a spinal relief of the symbol of an upside down triangle with a lightning bolt through it and an eye as well. None of it seems familiar to you at all.
Can I roll investigation or arcana on it?
What are you trying to surmise?
I guess what kind of book it is and if any of the symbols look connected. And I might try and just like reach out to it a little bit as a warlock and see if anything kind of dings a little bit.
How would you like to try to reach out to it?
I'll summon evil. He's my... I'm gonna ask...
The grotesquely undead crow appears on your shoulder. Yes, mistress, you summoned me.
Could you take a closer look at this book for me?
He kind of bounds down and looks at it. Looks like a book, mistress. You know I'm not into reading.
Can you kind of peck at it a little bit?
Tastes like leather. Tastes like chicken. I don't know. It's just a book, mistress. I'm not sure what you're...
Can you peck at the book? See if maybe you can open it with your beak.
Of course. Just explodes.
Oh no.
Sorry, evil. Interesting. I'm gonna try and touch the lock and see if I can reach out to anything.
Touch the lock, nothing happens.
What if I try to... What is it called again? Attune to it?
You want to try to attune to the book?
Attuned to the evil book?
I'm evil! What am I here for? I'm gonna try and attune to the evil book, but I'm gonna have people who can heal me, like, on hand.
Take about an hour for the attempt. During that hour, anybody else want to do anything? Karina is just kind of sitting over on one of the chairs. She's got the book in her hand. She seems to be kind of lost in a kind of small ceremony of some sort, where she's trying to understand what this book is.
I'll call for Binder to close up the shop because no one's coming in right now, and then I'll have him doors open, but I'll have him at the room and be like picking through the material I have and looking at his workings, trying to upgrade or improve Binder to be a little more useful, protective of the shop for us.
Fair enough.
I'll have my tome out and the unseen servant supporting.
Okay.
I think I can do something that might help Karina a little bit. I just need to find out what the thing is called. So hopefully it doesn't go bad, but
I love how you start every sentence that way.
This isn't for me. This isn't for me. This is for Karina. I was going to give Karina Shield of Faith, so if something does attack her, she has +2 to her AC while concentrating on it.
Thank you. I'm most definitely gonna need that. It will probably save my life. Thank you.
+2 to AC doesn't help a con save.
I also know
+4 because of me and Melody. Yeah. Words.
Anybody else?
I want to tinker with this compass that Karina gave me.
Okay.
There was... So it needs essentially like a piece of someone that I'm looking for.
Yeah, you need to be in possession of something either that they owned or were connected to. Something that would be tethered to them. A lock of hair, an item, a ring, something that they would have been in possession of.
I want to put the hair that was mixed into the wax with this compass.
Interesting. Very interesting. Compass is unresponsive as you realize the hair might have been Pike's hair,
Okay.
proving that she is no longer on the material plane. Melody, anything you want to do?
Go ahead, Melody.
Elith is looking very distraught. She's standing out on the veranda looking down at something, just lost in thought. Eritrea is examining the compass. Karina's focusing on the book. Professor Jalbatros is supporting Karina, giving her some guidance and focus as well. Foreign is tinkering around downstairs with Binder, trying to learn more about his augmentation and enchantment ability of the automaton.
I'll go walk onto the veranda and sort of put an arm on her shoulder and be like, "Hey, how you doing? Having fun?"
She kind of leans into your arm and shoulder and just kind of, what does all this mean? You think we're in trouble? Is this something bigger than what we thought this was going on? I mean, this feels like somebody has been puppeteering us, pushing us, nudging us. Like, I feel like I've made choices, but these choices keep coming back to the same outcome. I feel like somebody is responsible for all this, and while my mind is screaming that it's obviously Father Atrium, part of me wonders if it's really him or if he just a player in all of this.
I think you're right. It feels like there are a lot of big fish on the scene, but I don't know if we know the head honcho yet, and I think maybe that's what we have to figure out. Right? Like, who is this guy who's sort of ruining the mood every single day?
She just smiles.
Oh my God.
She just kind of smiles at that. Yeah.
Are you freaked out?
I've been so certain about why I'm here. For the first time, I can only imagine what Eritrea must feel. I've felt like I'm supposed to be here. I've got a purpose here. But now that I know the truth about the father and his possible involvement with demonic subjugation, I'm not really sure what to trust. Really sure what to do, to be honest with you. I know going back is dangerous, but the longer I stay away, the more it implies that I've done something.
Do you know how to tell a good lie?
I could try. I mean, I'm not very good at it. You strike me as someone that's very good at, judging the mood of a situation and saying something to convince people of what's truth and what's not.
You could say that. I try. I feel like all you need to do is go back now and keep acting like you don't know anything's happening. You know, what
Well,
is
it's not
Father
much
Atrium
acting.
gonna
I'm really
think?
not sure what is happening.
Right. It's not even very difficult. I want you to be safe, but I think you have a chance to get some more information. I think you can be the person on the inside.
Okay. All right. She kind of like pulls her cloak tightly, puts up her hood. I'll go back, see what I can learn, see if there's other information for us to find out. She quickly like kisses you on the cheek. Thanks, Melody. Thank you. And she runs downstairs, silently opens the door, and heads out into the streets.
I'll blow a little kiss at her as she goes and give her a bardic.
Oh, gets a D6. I love it.
You're loving using that.
Oh yeah.
It fits right into the profile of her character.
Yeah.
She just smiles up at you and winks and heads on down towards the gondola that will take her down towards the spire and the where the Bahamut's temple is. So that moment, you see a figure in the street, surrounded by wardens. He puts a poster on a wooden column and then turns. For the foreseeable notice, curfew is in effect. No one to be on the streets between the setting of the sun and the rising of the sun until further notice. Signed with the implicit instruction of Grand Marshal Callion. And then the troop of wardens and himself go further down, do it again. Further down, do it again. Karina, you and Jabaltros sit there. The hour goes by. The two of you hear a gentle click as the book unlatches.
No.
And that's where we're going to finish tonight.
Oh, no.
Well, y'all linger. We'll talk about the schedule. Everyone else, thanks for coming out, and we will see you all. Oh, be nice and be safe. And don't forget, play a game.
Play a game.
Good night, everybody. That was funny.